Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
You've probably heard the word adaptogens thrown around a lot lately, right? It's everywhere in the wellness world. But what exactly are they? Are we talking about some ancient secret for dealing with modern stress? Or is this all just really good marketing? Well, that's what we're going to dig into today. Let's break it all down. Okay, let me ask you something. Feeling overwhelmed, a little stressed, maybe just completely exhausted? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. It feels like our modern lives are just this non-stop treadmill of low-grade stress, and all that pressure, it takes a very, very real toll on us, both physically and mentally.
So it's no surprise that a lot of people are looking for a way to find some balance. And it's interesting, they're starting to look past the usual modern fixes and are digging back into these ancient, natural solutions. And that right there is where adaptogens step onto the stage.
All right, first things first, let's get right to the big question. What on earth are adaptogens?
Okay, so the main clue is actually right there in the name, adaptogen. They're supposed to help your body, well, adapt. Think of them as this special group of herbs and plants that are believed to kind of beef up your ability to handle stress. The whole goal is to help your body get back to its happy place, that state of balance. Scientists have a fancy word for it, homeostasis.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Oh, another wellness trend. But here's the thing. Adaptogens are anything but new. Their roots go way, way back. We're talking about herbs that have been cornerstones in ancient practices like traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurveda for centuries. And their purpose has always been pretty much the same, to help build resilience. Okay, so we've got the history down. But the million-dollar question is, how are these plants supposed to actually work their magic? To get a handle on that, we've got to first take a quick look at how our own bodies deal with stress. So inside your body, you've got this main stress management system. It's called the HPA axis. Yeah, it's a mouthful. It stands for hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. But all you really need to know is this. It's basically the command center for your entire stress response. And it works kind of like a chain reaction. So boom, a stressor hits. Maybe it's a crazy deadline at work or even just a really intense workout. Your HPA axis, that command center, it flips the switch. And that sends a message down to your adrenal glands to release the one and only, the famous stress hormone, cortisol. Okay, so here's where adaptogens are supposed to come into play. The theory is that instead of just slamming the brakes on this whole process or hitting the gas, they act more like a smart thermostat. They're thought to help regulate the HPA axis. The idea is they can keep you from producing way too much cortisol and help your body get back to normal a lot more smoothly. All right, now that we've got the theory down, let's meet some of the all-stars. These are the popular adaptogens you're most likely to see out there. And what's super interesting here is that they're not all the same. Each one has its own sort of specialty. Take rhodiola rosa, for example. It's often linked to fighting off that brain fog and fatigue when you're under pressure. Then you have ashwagandha, which is kind of famous for its more calming, anti-anxiety vibe. And then there are others, like Siberian ginseng, that are more about boosting physical energy and supporting your immune system. So you see, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. Now, all of this sounds pretty amazing, right? But here's where we have to pump the brakes a little and ask the really important question. What does the actual science have to say about all this? It's time to look at the promises versus the hard evidence. And this really gets to the heart of the debate right now. On one side, you have some really promising early research. Some studies, a lot on animals, but some on humans too, hint at real benefits, like fighting fatigue and protecting the brain. But, and this is a big but, on the other side, most scientists will tell you the evidence just isn't there yet. The consensus is we need bigger, better, high-quality human studies before we can say anything for sure. So the main takeaway from the skeptics is pretty simple. Let's be cautious. They'll say, look, personal stories are great, and ancient traditions are fascinating, but that's not the same as rigorous scientific proof. The argument is that we need to move past the hype and the anecdotal evidence and really focus on getting that solid, hard data. Okay, so after hearing all of that, the promise and the skepticism, what if you're still curious? If you're thinking about giving adaptogens a try, what's the smartest, safest way to go about it? Well, the good news is the approach is pretty straightforward.
First, figure out what form you prefer. You can find them in teas, capsules, all sorts of things. The key is to start simple. Just pick one adaptogen to begin with. Don't mix and match right away. That way you can actually tell how your body is reacting. Of course, always stick to the recommended dose on the package. And this last one is non-negotiable. Please talk to your doctor or a healthcare provider before you start. That's especially true if you have any existing health issues or you're on other medications.
And honestly, if you take away only one thing from this, let it be this. Adaptogens are not a magic pill. They are not a shortcut to fix all your stress. They should only ever be seen as a complement to your health routine, not a replacement for the things we know work. We're talking about the big stuff. A healthy diet, getting enough sleep, and regular exercise. Those are your foundation.
So that brings us right back to our original question. Are adaptogens a genuine key to building resilience in our crazy modern world, or are they just the latest wellness trend that'll fade away? The truth is, right now, the jury's still out. The science is playing catch up to centuries of tradition. But hey, at least now you're in on the conversation. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.